Today we're going to go over the quiz 1 review. The quiz that you have tomorrow, which is Tuesday, is going to look just like this review. It also has 7 questions, so if you can do these, you're good to go on the quiz. Number 1 just says evaluate the expression 3 times 4 to the negative 5th power. Remember, for order of operations, we need to deal with exponents first. So we're going to do 4 to the negative 5th power and then multiply that result by 3. So what I'm going to do is come over here. This is Desmos.com. I'm sure you guys have all seen this by now. I'm going to come right down here and click on scientific. That's the calculator I'm going to be using. You guys can use this at home as well. So I'll type in 4, and right here this little a to the b power gives me an exponent. I'm going to type in to the negative 5th power, and be sure that you cursor down so you're not multiplying in the exponent. I'll say times 3. And the question asked us to round to 3 decimal places if necessary, so we'll round this to 0.003. Oopsie, there we go. All right. Same thing here. This is a very similar problem. We'll do 4 cubed first, multiply that result by 6. I'll do 4 to the 3rd power, cursor down, times 6 is 384. Which of the following indicate exponential growth? Circle all that apply. So that tells me I probably need to keep my eye out for more than one correct answer. If we're looking for exponential growth or decay, I'm looking at these values right in here, inside my parentheses. If the value in there, or the number in there, is greater than 1, I'm going to have growth, exponential growth. If that value is less than 1, that represents exponential decay. So A does not work, that's less than 1. B, 1.67, that shows growth, that's greater than 1. C also is growth, 1.33, and D does not work. 0.67 is less than 1. Alright, an investment of $2,000 is made in an account that makes 4% interest compounded semi-annually. Which of the following equations gives the amount in the account after 7 years? The thing that we're going to need for sure right now is our compound interest formula. I would write this down somewhere so that you have it handy. So our amount is equal to our principal, which is represented by the letter P, times 1 plus R, that's our rate as a decimal, over N. N is the amount of times that they compound per year. And then to the N times T power. T is the number of years that we're looking at. We're going to come up here and start labeling things. We need to kind of break down all this information. So the first thing I'm looking at is the investment is $2,000. That's going to be our P. That's our original value. P is $2,000. I see this 4% interest. That's going to be my rate, and I'm actually going to move the decimal place 2 times to the left, so I'll call this 0.04 is my R value. We are compounding semi-annually. The semi-annually means 2 times a year, so my N is 2. Semi-annually means twice a year. Finally, 7 years, that's going to be our T value. T is 7 years. All right, and now we just plug into our formula down here. We have A is equal to our principal amount, 2,000, times 1 plus our R, which is 0.04, over our N, which is 2, to the N times T power. And the one that matches that is going to be C. right, number 5. You inherited a piece of land that was worth 22 grand in 1982. The value has increased by 5% each year. How much is the land now worth in 2020? Okay, so this is similar. This isn't a compound problem, but it's similar. We're going to take our initial value, which is $22,000. We're going to multiply it by 1 point something. The way that I figure that out is I look at, it says it increased by about 5% each year. So 5% is the same as 0.05. That's where I get that value. And then we're raising this to the t power. T is the number of years. Well, to know the number of years that have passed, we need to know the difference between 2020 and 1982. So this is over on the side. 2020 minus 1982, that's a difference of 38 years. So here's what I'm going to plug into my calculator. 22,000 times 1.05 to the 38th power. And our answer is going to be a dollar amount, so I'll go ahead and put that. And let's put this in our calculator. 22,000 times 1.05 to the 38th power. 140,480, and we're actually going to round this because we're talking cents. We'll just say 0.50 for 50 cents. All right, couple of transformations problems. Let G be the equation of a function after you translate it down from the parent graph of 3 to the x power. So we're translating down, up and down is vertical, right? We know that our vertical transformations happen either right out front or out in the back of our parent graph. There's no parentheses that it's inside. And if we're translating, meaning we're shifting, it's actually going to be hanging out right outside. So I'm going to put my 2 here. If we're shifting down, this is going to be a -2. So I'm going to look for the one that matches. That is B. Here's the last one. It says, let G be the equation of a function after a vertical stretch by a factor of 8 of the parent function 2 to the x. So again, like I said, vertical transformations happen either attached right out front or hanging out in the back. There's not any parentheses. And if it's a vertical stretch, vertical transformations do what we think they will. So we're going to leave it just as 8 instead of making it 1/8. And we're just going to stick it right out front. So I'll see which one matches. Looks like C is our answer. All right, hopefully this helped. Email your teachers if you have questions, and get ready for the quiz tomorrow.